My 2-minute film Opening the Envelope engages with the target audience in many different ways. First of all, my target audience for the film is directed towards people and teenagers of the age between 13 and 18. And I have found this through a survey I conducted on Google Forms and sent out to a wide different variety of people. And this is what I came back with, that my target audience is through the ages 13 through 18. And these people also expect to feel anxious, see dark settings, and have the film take place in an isolated outdoor area when they're watching a horror film. The characters are easily identifiable as the protagonist is shown as the main character, and in the beginning 2 minutes of the film, they have the most screen time, the most dialogue, and the film and the frame focuses in on them. And this follows within the horror film stereotypes where the main character and protagonist is shown as a teenage girl, also known as the final girl. And she is very convincing as she plays her role, as though she is shown as being scared. Her actions are scared. Her movements, has scared dialogue, where she seems very paranoid and anxious. The antagonist is also very identifiable, as it is shown as being dressed in all black, running through the forest, and having that color symbolism of black being connected to being mysterious and evil, and also follows the stereotype of the protagonist slash killer being dressed in black. And this audience can definitely be easily identified with these characters, as it follows convincing and stereotypical horror genre characters. The mise-en-scène in the film also convinces the characters and the film's world as a horror genre film, as through the mise-en-scène it is placed in an isolated area and trail, which through my Google Forms that I collected, I found that the target audience of my film expects to see this setting. And this setting is created as there are no other sounds, visuals, or people in the area, which helps to make that isolated feel. There's also color symbolism in the mise-en-scène, where the orange is used to connect with the character's feelings, as the protagonist is wearing orange, which connects to anxiety, showing now the character is anxious, which is convincing in her mood and shows that she's a protagonist in a horror genre film, as well as the black connecting to the antagonist, showing mystery and evil, and connecting to that antagonist role that he plays as he's all dressed in black. There are also props in the mise-en-scène, including earphones that are dark, which highlight the orange on the protagonist, as well as the envelope is clean and white, showing how it was strategically placed in the film's world, which helps to create a convincing storyline and a horror genre film. So how does the soundtrack draw in the audience? The soundtrack draws in the audience as when the protagonist puts on her headphones in the very beginning, it plays a diegetic pop music. And this draws in the audience as they are expecting in the very beginning to see a horror genre film, as through the trailers and marketing techniques, it is advertised as a horror genre film. So this pop music is very against that horror genre film, as it creates a lighter mood. So this also brings in their attention, as they are not expecting this. And then when that soundtrack of the pop music has a sudden stop, it goes contrast to a mysterious rustling of the leaves and branches, then it heightens the suspense and the anxiety that the character and the audience will feel. And this creates the character's mood, as the character is going from a normal trail to suddenly hearing these creepy noises, and a sharp contrast in her mood, which then can reflect in her actions as she starts getting worried and starts running away and has different dialogue. And this creates a heightened tension, suspense, and drama within the film that will be reflected onto the audience. A distributor's role is to take the film to an audience and decide how and where this film should be shown. After researching, I have found a independent US distributor who I think would be a good match for my small budget independent film, which is Terror Films. And I think this would be a great fit to distribute my film, as Terror Films specialize in horror movies and have distributed many different films, including The House on Pine Street. And they also distribute on a variety of digital platforms. And I think this would be a great fit, as my film is a horror genre film and they specialize in horror movies. Other ways that indie distributors strategize to distribute their films is through social medias, by creating memes and trends to gain publicity that is connected to their film, as well as releasing their films at different film festivals, including the Tall Grass Film Festival, as well as launching it on their own website and personal film websites, which can host all their work. And a strategy to distribute my film that I have created is that I will first publish the film on my own film website that has all of my other projects, as well as then publish my film on website for small film producers, so other producers can see my film, and that could get me in touch with other main distributors that could help distribute my film. Another way that I will then go is to create ads and shorts from the film and share clips onto social media. And this will create a publicity and a attention surrounded by my film. I will then drive to different states and cities across the US and share my film at different parks, bars, and festivals, and really any place that would show my film. And I think this is a very realistic strategy. Lastly, this is a film poster that I have created that will help to advertise and distribute and market my film. And as you can see, it has my title, the film production, it has the main characters, and it is a very enticing, just a fun film poster that will help to distribute and gain publicity around my film and reach its target audience of teenagers who expect to feel anxious and outdoor isolated area in horror genre films.